Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this week's Divinely Guided Rune Reading. We have a lot to go over with a shift in Mercury changing a sign, Saturn is changing a sign, the moon is also changing. All these different aspects, right, are in play and transitioning through this beginning of Gemini season. So let's jump into these divinely guided rune readings and click on yours and cross-watch, share with your friends, family, relatives if you'd like. Also, I do offer one-on-one professional guided rune readings, so if you would like one of those rune readings from me personally, you can get details from that through reaching out through youressentialpractice.com there on the website, or just shoot me an email through youressentialpractice@gmail.com, or you can contact me at any of the socials linked down in the description box below. Also, incidentally, more information about all of the different planetary heavenly body aspects, challenges, and changes, what we can look forward to and be prepared for as a collective. That all of that information is also down in the description box below. So without further ado, let's jump into your divinely guided rune reading for this week.
Greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading for the week. I've already cleansed the energetic space and shuffled on your runes here for your rune reading. So let's jump right on into it. For your rune reading, for your energetic recent past here, you have the god Tyr's rune in Tiwaz. This is that vector of victory. That warning there is not showing up as a martyr. You could be kind of thinking about maybe did you show up as a martyr here recently. You do like to really challenge paradigms, so you do kind of bring forward that martyr, kind of tread that line of martyrdom quite a bit. Regardless, this is showing up for the collective, showing up for yourself, showing up for justice, that in that divine, like, cosmic balance that everything has, like that natural innate balance, like that you feel everything has, that might not be the same for everyone else, but you feel it has, right? So taking what resonates and leaving what doesn't into your current energies have been about more reciprocation. Yeah, you've been so dedicated in your past. You've been kind of maybe left holding the bill here, or so to speak, just with your hands up, just kind of like, oh yeah, gee, it would be nice to, feel like the energy that I just invested was reciprocated. This could also be you adding to your spiritual gifts, your disciplines. This does mean gifts and giving, as well as acceptance and appreciation and gratitude. So again, this whole rune of reciprocative energy is the balance of give and take. So divine partnerships, this could be a question of a divine or domestic or workplace partnership. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It could be any of those or one that I have not stated. But Gibo is definitely one of my favorite runes. That's my nickname for my granddaughter. I call her my little Gibo. She's my little gift. She's such a cutie pie. I love her. All right, so in your upcoming next very near energies is in Fehu. Fehu is about cattle. It's abundance. And when we're grounded, that abundance increases very nicely, and so too do our avenues of investment, our opportunities of our or responsibilities, right? So as you gain more cattle, you need more feed, more security, more options appear to you, right? So as your abundance or your perspective of abundance, even for that matter, as those shift, as those change, right, so too does your values of reciprocation, right? Because you are looking at abundance differently, your reciprocation, and therefore your dedication, your sense of balance and fairness from Tiwaz here will adjust, so it'll kind of feed itself in healthy ways if you let it. So this is a beautiful thing where it's a lot of discipline work, showing up for that reciprocative energies and kind of starting that internal engine and that momentum and getting that going and very balanced, making sure you're very balanced in doing this, Aquarius, and increasing in your sense of abundance here in the future, whatever this abundance is for you. Is it transitory? Is it perpetual? Let me know in the comments below how this is resonating for you. All right, Aquarius, in your now influences for the energies. This is more grounded energy in Algies. And also with the antlers here for Algies, this is your built-in defense and built-in divine connection. So this is a lot like your faith. You're moving forward in a lot more of your faith, grounded steadfastness. It's still kind of like in Tiwaz, is moving forward in your dedication, your faith, your reciprocation. Very much in favor here. You have a lot of that influence of the faith and the divine connection going in for this reciprocative energy, and that's a beautiful place to be right here. Really no advice to really give about that. Just remain divinely guided in your faith, right? And you have in your advice, right? This is your now energies. This is your influence for the now, right? So your now energies with Gibo, your reciprocation, your influence of Algies with being in your faith and your divine defense. Your advice is to be operating more from your divine masculine, your healed divine masculine. This is Ingwaz, right? Another irreversible rune, Ingwaz. This is like two Gibos stacked on top of each other, or a lot of times you'll even see it as just the diamond or the seed that's in the middle. This is the rune of fertility. This is the rune of successfully planting that seed in the fertile soil. This is why it's that divine masculine's rune. You're coming from that place of knowing you've planted that seed rather than guessing. You're like, yep, that was fertile soil. I can walk away, not having to think about it, not having to second guess, not having to doubt myself or anything like that. If anything were to come across that would be to challenge that, you definitely know how to respond rather than react to that. So that's what you're called to do now, is really be steadfast in your faith and what you're calling in for this partnership, this beautiful divine gift, this reciprocative energy here for you. Because healing your divine masculine is going to be a beautiful way to do this, and like very much operating in the very stoic way. You don't really have to communicate outwardly, like verbally, too much about this here, Aquarius, is what I'm getting. Your actions are going to speak volumes here. Yeah. Okay. So what is your outcome for all of this? Yeah. You're initiated. You're adapting into this new stuff, right? You have Pertho here. So Pertho, you're starting off in this energy, and you go through all of these different procedures, different steps and turns being taken. Then you come out with a shifted perspective. So that's like an initiation, like a board game or a rite of passage, like a pregnancy, where you know how the situation or the energies, how they begin, you just aren't quite sure how they're going to end. So it's like a gambler's cup there. This is like the universe saying, I got you. Take that leap energetically. I got you. You're coming from that secure divine masculine. You have that fertile soil, good firm footing to launch yourself into your abundance. This is coming up. This is like super strong, powerful energy here for you, Aquarius. And if you're looking for a yes or no for any of your information, it's all yes. Just be stoic, remain grounded, like divinely connected in through all of this, but definitely take that measured leap into that initiation process. And when we're operating in divinely guided ways, it'll change our aspects and increase our awareness of abundance in our lives. So let's get a magical message from the fairies oracle decks for some more guidance. Aquarius needs a little bit of clarity, fairies. The fairies are divinely guided creatures who love to assist us in our journeys as well. So fairies, please show us clearly, what does Aquarius need to hear this week for this divinely guided rune reading? You flipped up a couple cards there. What's the one on top? No, you flipped up a whole bunch. Let's try that again. Please show us clearly, fairies, what message of clarity do you have for Aquarius for the week? Please show Aquarius clearly what message of clarity do you have for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Debt paid off. What a beautiful card too. Beautiful butterfly. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Old debt paid off. Beautiful card, Aquarius. You should be like singing and celebrating throughout this whole week and just welcome that abundance with open arms. Let's read about this card a bit more. Again, it says the old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. This card signals an impressive shift in your financial situation, Aquarius. You've made the clear decision to be free of old debts, and the universe has responded in kind. You're presented with the opportunities to reduce your debt, including new avenues of income and inner guidance about reducing non-essential spending. As you follow these leads, your financial situation rapidly improves. So listen up, Aquarius. Additional meanings for this card are to make a clear-cut decision to be debt-free, and the universe will deliver. Another one is cut up your credit cards. Another one is question each expenditure to see if it's really necessary or just an impulse purchase. Another meaning is know that you deserve to be and can be debt-free. Another one is to resolve to initiate new spending habits, right? You don't have to wait for New Year's. Pay cash for everything. And if you don't have the cash, don't buy it. It's that simple. Tithe 10% of your income is another meaning, and the last two are you will receive a financial windfall. And finally, affirm often that God is the true source of your supply. Beautiful stuff for you, Aquarius. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.